Yeah, so very quickly, I'll be, getting rid of some of these bots requests. We are being bombarded, right? And then again. Yeah, so welcome everyone to Refab's websites meeting. This is a weekly meeting that happens every Monday. And so today is April 1st, 2024. We have a couple of items on, various websites and hopefully Systent too. But yeah, like any one of you have any, issues or PR that you want to discuss, or even if you have any general question, you can, talk about that. But to do that, you will need to, mention them in this meeting minutes that I'll be putting in chat. Also, let's start writing our names in the attendees so as to mark our attendance. I will be going with mine first. And request you all to do the same. Also, if you have webcam and no bandwidth issues, you can, switch on your videos too, because it's always nice to talk to faces rather than just audio. Very quickly, I'll be also putting this Mandarin channel in case anyone will, has missed the reminders from Slackbot. Thank you, Ritik has already done that, so thanks a lot, Ritik.
Yeah, by the time some more people join, we can start with the introduction of newcomers. Vivek.
Yeah, that's great idea, Ritik. So this is a tradition that if you are joining websites meeting for the very first time, you get to introduce yourself, like irrespective of whether or not you have joined other community or newcomers meeting. If this is your first time on this call, you get to introduce yourself. You can unmute yourself and also say about your interests and how did you come to know about the community. Also, if you have any audio issues, you also can use chat. But let's first see who is joining us for the first time. Abdullah, like, is it the first time that you're joining this call? If so, would you mind giving your intro? So I think Abdullah has some. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you always can give your intro in chat too. Then we have Shivam with us. So Shivam, is it the first time that you're joining a chat call? So I think Shivam missed the part where I talked about the tradition. So like if this is the very first time that you are joining websites meeting, so you get to introduce yourself. You can talk about the language that you use at work and in your projects. So um, do you mind giving your intro, Shivam? And I see you also have item to discuss. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, is my voice audible?
Yep, yep.
Hi, this is my first time in this meeting. My name is Shivam, and I am a second year in CS student. Uh, I have I am more fluent in JavaScript and other web dev technologies, and have hence tried this pull request.
Great. Do you want to talk about how you come to know about the community, the Airfile community in general?
I learned about the community through well when I was searching through LFX or organizations in which I could participate, and then I found this one.
Great. So hopefully we'll see you in one of the upcoming batches that we will have. So we will be shortly, not shortly, but yeah, in some time we will be opening a couple of slots for, I guess, summer batches. So keep an eye on that. I will also be sharing a link in chat that you can, visit to get a better understanding of the project's description.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Also, like Meshri is one of the top LFX projects. We have the most number of internship provided. So also like we have our own internships open at Timely. So you can give, or anyone else, to those who are joining for the first time, like you can. I suggest you to keep contributing. Maybe you will get some into the core team soon. So yeah.
Yep. This is the link that I was talking about. I'll be, putting this in chat too. And just in case, like if you have not yet, so tomorrow will be the deadline for it. So we also have like GSOC projects open up. You can just, append, remove LFX and put GSOC right here in this link, and you will be getting the, all details about the timeline and projects that we have for this, GSOC season. So I think projects are pending by 2nd of the April. So if you have not yet, and if you want to, please go and, submit the proposal. I will also be putting this link in chat real quick. So thanks once again, Shivam. Akshat, I don't think this is the first time that you're joining this call, right? We'll go to Kunal. So Kunal, do you mind giving your intro? So Kunal says this is the first time that he's joining the websites meeting. So yep, you are more than welcome to go and take the stage. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kunal, for sounding off. No, Akshat, like, you're not audible.
Akshat, you are on mute.
Yep. All right, folks. Hopefully you all will be putting your chats in putting your introduction in chat. All right, so I don't think we have any more newcomer joining us today. So let's get started with the topics. And so we'll be starting with this website, that is layerfi.io. In case you want to check out, I will leave this link in chat. So these are some of the pretty standard and good first issues to get started with. So these are some UX issues that you can explore. I will be putting this link in chat. And like while you are exploring the issue, if you get into any kind of problem or unit access, so Rex, Ritik, Victoria are the people who are also on call. They will be more than happy to help you. So do reach out to them through public Slack channels. Then these are some of the set of screenshot issues where you just need to take a screenshot from our software mesh map and just put them into the website. So there is automatic workflow that when you put those screenshots into a particular directory, you will get all the instruction in the issues description. It will automatically list them on the website. So something to look out if you want to just get started and get your first VR. So yeah, that was about these issues. I put the links of these in chat. Then the next item is from Arshit about fixed page indexing issues. So Archit had sent word about his availability, and so like I will just sharing this link in chat, and if he joins, then we can circle back to this item. Then do we have Abhishek on call? Looks like we not. So once again, I will go to PR and grab the link.
Yeah, I'll ping him on Slack.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So Abhishek has sent a PR, and it was missing some of the core guidelines. So that's why I have made him aware of the existing code of conduct and other things, and I have also encouraged him to keep these in mind, and also have welcomed him into the community. So I think that is all that we have for today in this website. I wonder if any one of you on the call have any item to talk about in layer5.io. So Rex, Ritik, or anyone? If not, so then we'll go back to the next website.
No, like I don't have anything on, but just that I am working on adding some more features on Meshery features on our layer 5 site. Yeah, also I'll just make a call for a volunteer as well. Like uh, right now on our layer 5 site, like Vivek, if you scroll down a bit, so here you see like we have these three grid layout, right? Where these three cards. So like we are on the our layer files, like we are showing some of the features of our Meshery, which is our one of the product. So our project. So like if you want to contribute to front end, so also on the website, so this can be one of the issue that you can start working on. So basically what we want is we want to add more feature on our website so that anyone who comes to our website and looks for what all features we are providing, so we want them to be listed over here. So yeah, if anybody wants to volunteer for that, you can comment your name inside the Slack, or you can also tell us in Slack. So
Yeah. Definitely, this is I would say, medium priority item, and that is pretty important. And we'll definitely collaborate on this one. So if any one of you would like, list some of the more features that we have to offer, so then we can, get in touch and we can collectively, list them here. So if any one of you on the call would like to, work in this area, you can sound off right now, or also through, Slack, just like Ritik mentioned. So we have been doing some, works, and like all of them are not listed here, of course. So we are missing out a lot. These were some pretty recent efforts that were being put on by Ritik and others. So definitely, you also can be, impactful in this particular regard.
yeah, or one more thing, Akshat has a question like, do we have a like issue on this? So right now we don't have any issue created on GitHub as such. So you can create an issue and ask to assign. So any one of us will assign you that issue. Also, if you want to know more about our Meshi, you can go to play.meshi.io and sign up, fill out the form so that you can get access to our mesh map or Meshi, and then you can try out our product, and then you can add any features you want, like that we should add on our site. Uh, Also, like we have a blog or a discussion post from where you can get all the knowledge of all the features that we currently support and all the features that are going to be supported in future. So we will share the link in the chat. Yeah.
Yep, those were some great point, and just to support them, I will be sharing some of the resources. So about the blog, like what are the new things that are being worked on in Meshery. When we had 0.7 release, so I will just switch to dark mode. This was a pretty exhaustive set of features that were developed by the team and the community. So let me put this link in chat, just to get an idea of what is going on in around the community, and just to to let you know what are the features that the project Meshery has to offer. This is a form that you will need to fill, that is play.meshery.io, so that you get access to our playground, which is Cloud Playground, where you can explore all the CNCF projects, and like it has two of the I would say modes, and you will figure out all of them. But the good thing is, like, this is a hands-on resource that even if you want to learn about cloud native and its related concepts, it could be a great tool for you to. So do make sure you check that out. I put the link in chat. And yeah, about talking about the issues, like as we can start right now, or as we plan to add more features, we will list them. I mean, we will create new issues based on those and assign any one of you who would like to volunteer. So thanks again, Ritik, for making that call for volunteers. Moving on to next website, that is Measure.io. We have first call for volunteers by Rex. So Rex, do you mind sharing this item? Sorry, Vivek, I had to mute you, so you can always unmute it in case you want to talk about anything. So hopefully, do we have Rex? Yep, we do.
I'm sharing my screen. So it's the brand page, Meshery's brand page. This is the issue opened. I think I mentioned this days ago. There's a link to the design here. I don't know, I think Sudhanshu is trying to tell me something. I'm not seeing that comment. Check it out. There's a link to the design here in Meshery's site, right here. So this is where the design is. The page has been updated with adding mesh sync and Meshery operator to the page, and it's mobile responsive as well. Sorry, just screen is loading quite slowly. So yes, so these are the updated designs, and yeah, that's the link to the issue. So anyone who is up to take it would appreciate that a lot. I think that's it from my end. That's a call for volunteers.
Yeah, so thank you, Rex. So I will once again share my screen. Yeah, so I think we had recent work being done on this. That is Measure.io/brand. Yep. So this is the page that Rex had designed, and one of the contributors, sorry, has put up. So the way the code is written, that's not ideal for us to have. Like, it's pretty difficult to maintain, and in some of the other regards. So I think the ask here is that we need to restructure some of the items, here and there in the code. And in the this is the case, right, Rex? And Rex will be collaborating on this one. I mean, will be mentoring anyone who would want to volunteer. So we can make those things better. So if I go to this issue, so I think I have.
Absolutely. Thanks for mentioning that. Yes, I think that was a major issue because someone had worked on it earlier, but the way they set up the code, I'm not sure it was up to the standard, I guess. So that's why we have to review it. And then
so this is
the other features.
This is already implemented, page, but just need to refactor. So this is just a refactoring task. Maybe some additional feature, items to list or any other enhancement. But yeah, most of the time it will be refactoring. So I have shared this, issue just in chat, and if anyone would want to, work on it, so you can sound off right now. Let's wait for 10 seconds.
Also, like the Meshery brand page. So we also have a brand page on our layer5.io site. So what that brand page is about, like it tells about the project and all. From the brand page you can get all the assets that you need. So for example, if you are working on some UX issue, right, or if you are working on something else that require any of the asset of a project, so you can refer to the company's brand page. And since that website is particularly for purely for Meshery, so for the Meshery we have a separate brand page. So from there you can find all the assets like for example, like you can get all the Meshery logos or the slides or Zoom backgrounds that you can use. For example, you can see Vivek and I have a layer 5 Zoom background we are using. So you can represent using these background, or also tell about, spread some word about our project. This is also kind of a you can this is also a kind of a contribution that you are doing with project. So this comes under community management. So if you want to get into that, you can do so. Yeah, and tell the
Also
world that
about
you're contributing to some open source project. So
also like what should be the fonts and colors that we have. So Keppel and Caribbean Green, those all things are listed here. And that was a great pointer from Ritik about the Zoom background. So always showing our community proud. So yeah. So thank you, Ritik. So yeah, like
also, yeah, one more thing, Rex, Vivek, if you go to that, yeah, issue.
okay.
Yeah, I agree. Sudhanshu is saying like you have to refactor the description of the issue, so that because the issue, I don't think that contains the link to already implemented brand page. So
I'm doing that already. I just saw his comments.
Yeah.
I'm updating the issue. Thanks.
Thank you, Rex and Ritik. Okay. So this is the item from Sanjay or Ritik or Vivek. So let's open it up. Relationship section on homepage. I think this is already merged, so we can talk about it. It's on homepage. And by the way, like you see this, top level header that says about, about CNCF, I mean, Meshery CNCF incubation proposal. So if you want to, support this project, so you can do that by, navigating to this link that I am putting in chat. And yeah, like giving your reaction on it. So that will mean a lot to the, project. So we are all set to, be accepted into CNCF as incubation. We are already a sandbox project, and we have learned quite a lot of things. Like last year, according to a survey, we were 10th fastest growing project. So definitely check that out. Yeah, so on Measure.io homepage, and this is it. This is the section that's been added, and like this basically tells about the various relationships part components that we have in Meshery, like how they are interconnected to each other. So they're like top level 3 types of relationship are there, like edge, hierarchical, sibling, and there are subtypes in them. So teams and other contributors like Shubham and Ripple have been working on this area. So we need to put it in front for others to know. So this was a proposed idea to have like listing it on our homepage in this way. So people can so as you switch to Edge tab, you get to see all the subtypes of relationship type of edge, and then hierarchical and for sibling too. So I'll want to get your feedback on this one. What's your idea? And like, do you think any enhancement is needed in this one? Or if you think anything is inaccurate and can better described, so yeah. And by the way, if you want to learn more about what's relationship and what they do, what significance do they have in Meshery project, so this is the link that will tell you all about that. So I'll make sure that I link this in chat. So any feedback? Let's wait for 5 to 6 seconds. If anyone of you have any feedback, you can.
yeah, like Vivek, like there we will have the edge, hierarchical and sibling are the basic relationships, but we will have more relationships. So maybe there is something needs to be done so that, yeah, right now we already have these 3 kinds, but in the future, like we will have a lot of relationships, so we have to modify it so that it shows not just we support these 3, but we will have a more. So that needs to be we need to think of that. And yeah, if you hover over that tab, yeah, You see, like right now, if you unhover, yeah, you see, like if the tab menu
Yeah,
have the border radius, but if you hover on that,
yeah.
you, yeah.
Yeah, so these were some of the things that I wanted to,
Hmm.
the contributor has not
Hmm.
made progress. So I was to, address these.
Hmm.
And so I have my, server is running up. So I also added some of the paddings and the things that you just mentioned. So does it make sense, like adding this? As you can see, I've added some border radius on hover too. Also about this causing all these sections to go down and up as the image is changing. I have put some like for sibling, I have fixed it like object fit contain, and for these like that's to be done, and I'll definitely put up a PR today. So any feedback on this one, like is this any progress on that one?
Yeah, I think it looks at least much better than that. And yeah, the box shadow, like we can reduce the box shadow because it's too much. Like the radius of the blur shadow is too much, so we can reduce that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I will make sure that I basically reduce the box shadow radius that is there. And just since we are on this, so I was planning to add more subtypes. So in Edge, like I have added some of the like network and others, but others mount permission firewall. I will also grab these and add them there. So right now this will do, but definitely as we have more and more network subtypes and as we are working on it, we will need to figure out a better way to display those on various places that we have in the community, like websites and other places. So yeah, definitely a great point from Ritik there. Anyone else have any kind of feedback or suggestions to offer?
Also, one more thing, like right now these relationships are, I guess, SVGs, right, Vivek?
Yep. These are SPCs.
Okay,
This one is
so
SPC.
all right. So like we will be having a GIF for each relationship. So if anybody wants to work in this area, relationship area, so you can create some GIFs that we can use and contribute to the project. So yeah, if anybody wants to contribute to relationship, you can chime in Slack or over here. So,
So basically, I will reiterate that. So I mean, making GIFs like taking all of these that we have here, these images, and making of sort kind of GIFs in that, right? Like taking all of these and making a GIF of that.
right, how these relationships are created, because gives gives more clearance how these are created. Yeah.
So do we have any volunteer for this task, or you will sound off in Slack? All right. So hopefully, like anyone who's interested will sound off in Slack. Okay, so this is item from Shivam, and I think Shivam is with us on call. Yep, he is. So Shivam, do you mind sharing your item? You can start sharing your screen and talk about.
Actually, my issue is that one, the change z index for header.
Okay. Okay, so do we have two Shivam today? Okay, yep. So like this is not your item, right?
Mine.
Okay, this is not yours, right?
Yeah, that is not mine.
Okay.
Mine is the third last.
Yeah, okay, so I will just quickly take a look if we have Moin with us today. We don't. So let's I will cover I will put this link in chat. And then we have Abhishek. So do we have Abhishek on? Yeah, so he's there. So Abhishek, do you mind? We also like missed your item, this one, and then this one again. So okay, I think these two Abhishek are different. So again, my bad. Abhishek, do you mind sharing this one item that you have? Limit cards on material.io/catalog.
Yeah, sure, Vivek. First one is not me.
Yeah,
As
okay.
for the um my agenda, let me share the screen. Oh, this. Lee said that we have to limit the cards to 9 on all of the pages, whether it is catalog, slash catalog, and slash catalog and deployment. And I guess you asked me to put this agenda on the meeting minutes.
Yep, yep.
Also, he also asked us that we should remove all of the JavaScript. And I and Rudraksh are working on this together. And I have two, three questions to ask. First of all, do we really need sort by options here? Because currently what is happening is that when I load this page, there are 144 items that are loading currently. And what I'm planning is that we should only load that much what we need. If user comes in and he or she may wants to only search for a provider or search for that particular operator or whatever that is, he or she will search it. No one will going to go through that it could start from Z or it will start from A. Either it will be in the middle, still search is better, or if it is in the top or last, then also search is better. So I am thinking that we should remove the sort by option if it doesn't like really important.
Yep, that's a great question. And like, thank you. You guys are working on refactoring the JS and other things that is related to in this item. So if you see in the left-hand side, we already have some of the filters based on technology and categories too. And what you said makes sense to me. Like, if anyone will come, they would want to, I mean, in most of the time, they would want to filter out based on the technology. And if not, they will just search for it. But about removing the sort functionality altogether, or I think when we are loading the, like you said, when we were reloading patterns, so by default, we can have them in, alphabetical order only. So there will be no need of sort by in alphabetical or reverse order. But definitely, I will ask for more feedback on this one from the folks that are on the call. So what do you think we should be altogether removing this sort by functionality? Let's get feedback on this one. So this is one of the first questions that you have, Abhishek, right?
Yes, yes, yes. This is the first one.
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Abhishek, for working on this. And yeah, I can explain like why we should not remove this sort by function, but let's wait for someone else. If anyone else have any feedback to offer.
Yeah, so chiming in on this call and then offering you suggestions too is a great way to contribute to the community, as is reviewing PRs. So open source community, if you go there and give review and suggestions, so that's always welcome. Is a great way of contributing. So if you have anything that you want to comment on this one, you can just unmute yourself.
Also, the main reason I asked for that we should not go for sort by is that we are fetching there are 144 items in this catalog, and we are fetching all those 144 items, and we don't want to because we have to only display 9 items at the moment. Still, they have not been rendered, but previously they have been rendered in form of infinite loop. Currently, there are only 9 renders. So still we still can save a lot of like script time. That script is loading. Also, there's not a requirement that we should fetch that. From if we can achieve the same effect without fetching all those items, I will try to do that, and it will satisfy all our needs.
Yeah, so this is a good point. Like, since we already have 9 patterns at a time, why would we be giving this functionality of sort by? And yeah, like the point that you mentioned, displaying all 41 at a time, that's not something that we want to do, because even if it works on Chrome and other browsers, Safari is not gonna take that, and even on Chrome it crashes a lot. So we will never be supporting all those 140 if unless we find a better way to do that without making it crash on all the platforms like in iPhone and other devices. But yeah, let's hear it from Ritik what he has to say.
Yeah, so basically like catalog is like a cart, like when you go for shopping, so you search for a lot of things. Like for example, you are searching for a mobile, so it gives a lot of options. So catalog is like cart in which we have a lot of designs published. So basically all the design that you publish from our mesh map, published designs comes into our catalog, right? So like there, and when you go to any Flipkart or Amazon, right, you don't know what are you just scroll down, right? Just scrolls uh, all the products and you don't know what you exactly know. There can be users who know, who are very clear that I want to go buy this product, so they will search. But there are very many users that don't know what they want to find, and they just scroll. So here also that thing applies. So user can scroll or they can go to next page, they just come over. So it happens like user don't want us to see all the accelerated, they want to sort by things and they want to see what's at the end of the catalog. So that's why we should not remove that sort by button, because it happens like user can search, they don't want to see from the top A to Z, but they want to see from Z to A what's at the end, like. And yeah.
So this
Okay.
is
Sorry,
Sangram, and
but is
here's
that
my
not what the checkboxes at the left are for? That's sorting. So why do we have those categories if we still want to sort again at the top? Is that not redundancy? Don't you
Like if
think?
yeah, like if you can repeat.
Okay, I was saying these radio buttons at the left categories, is that not what they are for sorting? So if you have that there for sorting and you have sort by at the top again, it's like redundancy. You're having multiple things the same, represented differently, but they are performing the same function. Don't you
No,
think?
like so I will answer that question, and yeah, I did hear Sangram too. So we will be letting you speak, Sangram. But yeah, to answer that question, and this is my a bit, I would say, opinion that I mean you can have a number of patterns in just security category, and any user who comes by would want to sort the patterns that are in security by in alphabetical order. So it makes sense to have these sort by two and then categories too. I wouldn't say that they are like redundant to each other. They are for different
So
purposes.
when you sort by, what are the options on that sort by?
Okay,
Abhishek,
so
can you?
alphabetical
Yeah,
A to Z, Z
there
to
are
A, and
only two options, A to Z and Z to A. Either we could reverse the all the cards we have, or we cannot. I am I'm thinking that there is there is not really necessary that we have to sort it. If I manage to get it done without all these changes, it will be better. If not, we can still discuss on that afterwards. And I'll let you know in 1 2 days if I can get it done without changing a lot of functionality. Mhm.
Sangram, please go ahead.
Sure. Okay. Do you mind scrolling a bit towards the end of those 9 cards?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks. So here's what I think. Right. We spoke about the intuition of users to scroll, looking for. Sometimes users do not know what they want. A lot of the times users come in to try and explore what's available, but I don't see a next button here. So it's not like we are really letting them scroll 144. At least I don't see it here. Is this next button for that, to go to the next 9
Sure.
cards on the right hand side?
Yep. You're right. This is for that
So
purpose.
so if you ask me, the location is wrong. I would probably not put it there. Should be on the bottom, right? Because that's where someone scrolls down and says, okay, yeah, let's go to the next page. I understand the performance implications and the fact that this is probably not ideal for the browser and all of that. What you could do is you could list the recently uploaded catalogs. That way, it does not really look like, okay, it's sorted by A to Z, and someone at the first glance may think that they only have 9, they don't have anything else. And there are sometimes people who might, on a smaller screen, may not be able to figure out that next button or whatever it is. So keeping everything in mind, what I would probably recommend is you have the sort by, but probably see if it's I don't know how much of an effort it is, but I would probably list the most recent 9 cards catalogs, or maybe the most popular, something like that, and then give the option to sort for people who really want to kind of go next. And if it was me, I would put the next and previous buttons on the bottom. See, right now what's happening is there is a bit of a scroll left and right. What I would probably do is keep the sort by and search on the top, bring the previous and next button to the bottom of those 9 tiles. That way it's like, okay, I can go back and forth, with all the cards. That's my opinion. Thank you.
You are talking about like how pagination works, basically.
Yeah, even yes, on a very basic level, how pagination works, but I'm pretty sure this is more complex than that. Probably, I haven't seen the code, but even with modern Web 2.0 as well, we kind of use a similar approach if we are not willing to load a lot of images and graphics and all of that on a single page, because we cannot support that kind of memory or CPU requirements, right? So
Okay, thanks, Sangram. I think I should first of all look at different approaches I can use currently without removing the sort by. And if something is off the chart, I can tell any one of you. Will that work out? Oh, thanks. Also, I have to also talk about the brand assets. Now, if we go to that Home Esri site, we first of all have this video that is playing, and this video is around 2.7 megabytes, which is a lot because it is the first thing that is loaded, and it is also increasing the FCP count of the website. If we talk about the like the Lighthouse report of the website, these are the images, and let me sort it. This is 2.7 megabytes of GIF that is loading currently. We can reduce it drastically to 300 to 400 kilobytes if we just use the WebM format for the GIF. And I think we should do it. Also, there are other images as well, like this one, anusha.png. And these are like, they are in the bottom. Here we are just giving reviews of the users, and these the size of the div that they are in is roughly around 100 to 120 pixels. So we do not need to load a image that is, you say, that is 512 by 512. It is the aspect ratio of the image is 512 by 512. We don't need to load that. We can also like reduce the size of these 2-3 images of the users, and in total I calculated that we can save roughly around 2 to 3 megabytes of data on the first load of the page, and we should do it, I think, because it is a homepage of the website.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Abhishek, you will ask.
So
Yeah,
should I
Yeah.
go forward with it?
Maybe we can create multiple issues so that other can also contribute, right? We can
That
have a
would be-
multiple issues. And for the GIF, it was created one of a contributor, like that GIF was first, it was video was recorded, screen was recorded, then it was converted to GIF. So that is some online converter that converts video to GIF. That's why that file has a very big size. So yeah, that makes it like we should have less than 1 MB of GIFs on our sites, not more than that, because it slows our websites load time.
Also,
Like that.
this last question I want to ask, that Lee said that we should use as less JavaScript as possible. What should I reduce then if I cannot just reduce short functionality and all those? Mainly, he was talking about pages like catalog, this page, because it takes a lot of time to load, roughly around 3 to 4 seconds of time it takes to load this catalog. Primarily because there are 144 catalogs fetching.
So I
What
think
should
in part he also meant to the way the code is written for populating these patterns. So there is pattern filters.html, I guess, I hope so. And like
Yeah.
the way the code is written, and also there is this in catalog for directory in under catalog collection, there is this index.html, and there is some looping being done, in liquid templating language. So we should be evaluating whether or not that's ideal and whether or not that is causing these kind of performance issues that we are having. So this is just a kind of investigation where we can improve and use as much less JavaScript as we can. So
one of the problem with JavaScript here is that JavaScript is not bundling. So whenever the user comes to the page, every script right away goes to the browser. It is not happening on when it is required. All the script that is present on the page just go there, whether it is a dead code or not. That is the main problem here. And the same problem is with CSS. Most CSS that is not used is also in the browser. So half of that is a dead code. That is the main problem with it we have here. Primarily because we don't have bundling tool or minifying tool for CSS.
So like seems to me like bottleneck. I mean Jekyll being bottleneck for us, but I would suggest that you investigate Abhishek and create GitHub issues so that we can track all of those and we do our part as the best we can. So
Okay.
would you be opening these issues?
Yes, I can open the issue. Currently, I am working on JavaScript and Rudraksh is working on CSS, and we are figuring out how to make every part better. I can
I mean,
open the
what I meant, like whatever findings that you're having, you can just summarize them in
Yes.
GitHub issues, or if you need multiple, you can just open those issues so that just we can track these items and others can also participate.
like that image issue or the
Yep,
GIF
yep.
issue.
Yes,
Okay,
makes
okay,
sense to
I'll
me.
do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
That's all from my side.
Also, Abhi, if you close that network tab,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
you're like, do you know why these cards are shifted on the left side? Because if I remember that catalog, all the
that's the-
cards are at the center.
That's a padding issue, and someone has fixed it, but the PR has not been merged.
But like if you go to meshy.io/catalog,
That message short. Let me see.
all right, yeah, okay. Okay,
One
that
of the
needs
guys has
Hmm?
done that work, but the PR has not been merged yet.
All right, that needs to be merged, Vivek.
Also, one of the thing I wanted to say that in most of the areas of the site there is flicker when the page is loaded. One of the example is that when the site is loaded, this item goes down and this comes from upside. So first of all, this is loaded to half of the width, half of the height, and this load then full after you can say that after the content are fully loaded. So I have also mentioned someone who already was fixing that, so he can also fix that too. Mostly it happens on mobile that it is half and then it goes to full.
Yeah, it was an animation. Like Lee quickly added that thing. So yeah, that's fine. Like we can keep that.
Okay, okay, okay. That's all from my side.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank
Most
you,
welcome.
Abhishek. And once again,
Most-
thanks for investigating and going into these items. These are critical items. So sure, it was a great item discussion. And so we go back to Shivam. So do you mind sharing this item?
Okay, I will be sharing my screen right now. Hello. So right now, my the issue that I was working on was that whenever I open this catalog item, then there is a certain improper z index here. So I basically just changed the z index of this header thing. It was earlier 101, and I just changed it to 100, so that now it is fixed in this one, in my local build, this way. So that was actually all that I have done.
Yeah, I also just see this issue too, and I wonder like how this went unnoticed. So yeah, thank you for fixing it, Shivam. So definitely, I will be also putting Shivam's PR in chat. And yeah, if anyone have any feedback, now is the time. So I think
Shivam,
no one has.
let me ask. Shivam, could you please do it again? How you opened the model? A pop-up. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, sure. Um, should I raise an issue for that? Or you will do it, Vivek?
Uh,
For which part?
This part.
This is already fixed. Like, I mean, he already has a PR, I guess, for this one.
yes, I have
Okay,
a PR for this one.
okay.
All right. So thank you, Shivam, for sharing your item. So this is a documentation fix, I would say, by Matt. Okay, I think. Yeah. So, but he's not with us on the call, so I will be taking this link and will be putting it in chat. And so let's go to docs.measure.io. And we are missing something here, and that is a search button, a search, button that was here, search field. So, like I wonder how it keeps happening because we already have an search field right here, and it was already there, but it just keeps happening that it goes missing. So if any one of you would like to investigate this and would fix this, so we can sound off right now. This would be an urgent item that I would want to make a volunteer for. So anyone would like to work on this item? I think it mostly has to done with display none property being set for this search field, as it happened in previously. I think a direct fix for it would be ideal. So if no one, then I'll see and would raise a fix for this one. All right, and then we have do we have Kunal on call? Okay, no, so this is the same item. Then Rex, do you mind sharing this item of yours, like models for mystery? So do we have Rex on call? Rex, do you mind sharing this item, update models?
Yeah, sure. One sec. So,
Yeah. By the time Rex shares his screen, I will quickly give an intro what Systent is. So basically, Systent is our in-house design system that we use to be consistent across our project. So this is a new project that we have started. So yeah, okay. Rex, you can continue.
yeah, System is our design system, and it's currently work in progress. There's a current implementation here. The 5.0 I think that should be slash systems. Oh, but you can always locate it here, open source projects. And, okay, projects and then systems. So currently, the identity aspects and some components are currently available on the system's website that provide guidelines on how we're supposed to design or implement whatever we're trying to achieve visually, either on our websites or on our products. And so currently I've been working on modals. So we've gone over the overview and the guidance. Recently I added code to that, and now I've grouped the modals into workflow, setup, and tools. So under workflow modals, we have confirmation. I've not designed some of the modals yet, and that's why some of these placeholders are there. But we have workflow modals, confirmation modals, share. That's under workflow. Then for setup, create accounts, create environments, create workspaces. And then there's the one for tools. So I think that what the modals will end up looking like. This is the light mode. We turn to dark mode. Somewhat similar, just the major change there really was the background at the top because of our theming. So in order to implement theming, at least that's for it to be as consistent as possible, that change needed to be made where we change this top part of the modals so that at least in dark mode, that top part has a dark shade, and in light mode, it has a light shade. This was what the modals looked like initially. So yeah, that's the update. It's coming along nicely. And yeah, like I said, I'm still designing some of the modals, so I'm trying to get that sorted out. I should be done soon. Then we'll be taking volunteers to help implement. But so far, any thoughts about what it's looking like currently? Or any other comments? Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
like, yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Vic.
Go ahead.
yeah, so hopefully Rex has given enough context for others on the call to understand this item. And so Rex has been actively working on, creating models for Meshery. And so if any one of you have any feedback or suggestions, or if you want to know more about it, you can definitely ask Rex right now. So yeah, please go ahead, Ritik.
Yeah, Rex, I guess we agreed on we will be using a gradient or some color at the bottom where we have the buttons.
We agreed to use what? Say again.
The back gradient or something, like if you go to our Meshery Cloud, we already have some
Okay, yes,
color.
yes. Remember with that discussion, we said, okay, let's first implement a light mode and a dark mode first. I think that was how I pitched it to be on the call there. So let's first have a standard, which is, okay, what are we currently using for maybe a secondary background color? Let's use that first for those layers that are supposed to have a gradient or whatever it is. Then once that has been established, then if we are going to have a gradient that would, spice it up and make it look as pretty as we want it to, then we'll go ahead and do that. But for now, yeah, it's just going to be this straightforward, depending when we figure out what those gradients will, or what the colors in that gradient will look like.
Right. Okay. Also, like when you think up more about on this, like when you go to the light mode, like if you can switch to the light mode, right? Yeah, like if you now look at the model, like right, by looking just at the model, like that create button that we have at the bottom, it takes our eyes more, like that has more contrast than the main content. So like that's why we are using some background in cloud, like because it reduces the uh what we can say contrast of that button. Yeah, like in cloud, like that color reduces the.
Well, here's the thing: is the
Hmm.
primary action that you want the users to.
It's
So
primary action, but like form should be, user should see first the form more than that just the button.
initially, I think what you mean is initially it's supposed to be a disabled button because it's only when they have filled the form that it becomes
Mhm.
active. Yes.
Right.
If
Yeah.
talking about the visibility and how clear it is, what you're literally saying is it's serving its function, it's serving its purpose, which is to ensure that users know that this is what they are supposed to do, create a user account or create a team.
Mhm.
But initially, once it's empty like this, I think what you said makes sense. It's probably too bright and it makes the user feel, oh, am I supposed to do anything in here? So yes, definitely to be disabled when the fields are empty. And once the user starts to fill it, it becomes active. If they don't complete any required fields, when they try to click it, then the notification comes up, oh, you have to fill these fields, So yes, that's the progression, that's the method.
All right. Mhm. Yeah. Anyone has
Okay.
any question or feedback, you can chime in right now.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you, Rex, by that.
Next.
Next, I wanted to ask that do we have any shadow beneath the form or the model?
Say again.
Do we have any shadow below the model,
Shadow behind the models.
behind the model? I think it should have some rising effect because the you can say the contrast ratio between the background color or the foreground color is not too different. Or the primary background color and the secondary color is not too much. So I was thinking that, or if it is like a model, we could use a blur background like that Vercel uses in its own website.
I didn't
We
give
could,
thought to that because in Figma,
uh,
once you create a model like that, ideally, when you have it as an overlay, it will add the background automatically. And what you're saying is actually correct. So I think what you mean is I should probably include that here in the code, you'd actually have a background, the ones with background in there. Do I get that correctly? Okay. I'll include that, I'll add that. What I mean is in Figma, so if you try to do the prototype, once you're setting this as an overlay, it automatically adds a background. So it's not a consideration that as a designer, I'd think of straight away. Thanks for pointing that out. So I'll add that
okay.
as well. All right.
Okay, so thank you, gents. We'll once again start sharing my screen. And here we go. So we had a nice discussion today. We talked about various things that are being worked on. And thank you for those who offered their feedback too. So before we end up the call, let me share this with you. That is meet.layer5.io. So this is our community calendar. That if you subscribe to it, it will send you all the updates about various meetings that we have in the community, so you stay up to date what's going on. So let me put it in chat, and thank you, Abhishek. I will definitely do that. So once again, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you next Monday. This is a weekly meeting that happens every Monday. So once again, next Monday, let's meet. Till then, bye everyone.